Good evening again, Magic fans, and welcome to the Shaquille O'Neal Jersey Retirement Ceremony. It's time to celebrate a legend, a Hall of Famer that put Orlando on the map, and tonight becomes the first Magic player to have his jersey retired as number 32 finds a permanent place in the rafters of the Kia Center. We're honored to welcome former teammates, coaches, and executives who shared the court and the journey with number 32. Former Orlando Magic athletic trainer Lenny Currier. Former equipment manager and current senior director of team operations for the Magic, Rodney Sid Powell. Former Orlando Magic assistant coach, Tom Sterner. Former Orlando Magic assistant and head coach, Richie Adubato. Former Orlando Magic general manager and 1999-2000 NBA Executive of the Year, John Gabriel. Co-founder and the first general manager of the Orlando Magic, Pat Williams. The winningest head coach in Orlando Magic history, Brian Hill. 5 seasons as an Orlando Magic guard, number 14, Anthony Bowie. 2 seasons as an Orlando Magic guard, number 11, Letario Green. 4 seasons as an Orlando Magic center, number 34, Craig Kai. 1 season as an Orlando Magic center, number 45, John Concat. 2 seasons as an Orlando Magic center and assistant coach, number 30, Tree Rollins. 6 seasons as an Orlando Magic forward, number 5, Donald Royal. 2 seasons as an Orlando Magic center, number 55, Keith Tower. 1 season as an Orlando Magic forward, number 12, Joe Wolf. 7 seasons as an Orlando Magic forward, number 31, Jeff Turner. 10 seasons as an Orlando Magic guard, an all-time franchise leader in games played, number 25, Nick Anderson. 7 seasons as an Orlando Magic forward, an all-time franchise leader in three-point field goals, number 3, 3D, Dennis Scott. 6 seasons as an Orlando Magic guard and 4-time NBA All-Star, number 1, Penny Hardaway.
1, The second pick in the 1992 NBA draft goes to the Charlotte. The Orlando Magic will pick first.
Can you believe that? I can't believe it.
I, Shaquille O'Neal, after careful deliberation, have decided to forego my senior eligibility at LSU.
Sure that the NBA would love for him to go down and establish that franchise even greater.
Let's go now to David Stern for the first selection of 1992.
With the first pick in the 1992 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic selects Shaquille O'Neal from Louisiana State University.
And your first thing was, who, me, number one? Obviously, drafting you number one is a foregone conclusion.
We learned tonight that team bosses Rich and Dick DeVos will both be flying in early tomorrow morning for a yet-to-be-announced press conference.
We have signed a contract as of yesterday with Shaquille O'Neal.
Because the Magic have done something unprecedented. They've shocked the world in signing Shaquille.
O'Neal's agreement marks the earliest signing of a number one draft pick since the NBA salary cap went into effect back in 1983.
The Shaq will make his history here wearing number 32.
First of all, I would like to thank my parents for raising me well. And I'd like to thank the Orlando Magic staff, the DeVos family, and I just want to thank the fans, and I'm just ready to play.
O'Neal runs the floor, takes it all the way. Shaquille. I've never seen that. Hold on to the roof. The Shaq attack.
Steps through, Shaq follows. Hey, stop! Oh, my goodness! Bangs. Oh, it's hit! Big shot. Knockdown shot. The photo and the dunk. And the Magic have the lead with a vicious two-handed hammer.
Boston Garden is now closed.
Shaquille O'Neal leading the break all the way, and he threw the foul. The Magic say, why not us? Why not now?
When I retire and have children, I can tell my son, I was bad.
And at center, 7-1 from LSU, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. And now, please welcome tonight's host, 2019 Orlando Magic Hall of Fame inductee, and the voice of the Orlando Magic for all 35 seasons, David Steele.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the first jersey retirement ceremony for the Orlando Magic. This season, we are celebrating the 35th anniversary of Orlando Magic basketball. We couldn't be more excited for our program this evening. It is really going to be special. We appreciate everyone in attendance that stayed, and we thank everyone around the world that's tuned in to watch tonight as well. We are here tonight to honor a man that truly turned this franchise into a global brand. We're grateful that so many of Shaquille's former teammates were able to come out and celebrate with us this evening as well. So many familiar faces in this crowd, especially here right in front of me, and it's so great to have everybody together again tonight. Back in 1988, I was broadcasting games for the Florida Gators, and then the Orlando Magic came calling. And I tell you, the opportunity to get a front row seat every night to watch the greatest athletes in pro sports, it was too tempting to turn down. Those early years here in Orlando and downtown Orlando were truly magical. A preseason win against the defending NBA champion Pistons was celebrated like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We had the Catman, we had Ice, we had Reggie, we had Nick and Dennis and Skiles and JT Money. We had them all. But one thing we didn't have very much of, wins. Those first 3 years, they were few and far between. But that began to change on the fateful night of May 17th, 1992, at the NBA Draft Lottery. Pat Williams, who's here tonight, he sat at the desk in Secaucus with 10 other NBA officials. Pat tells the story that he had a brown paper sack under the table in his lap. Inside the sack was a Magic jersey with the name O'Neal on the back. You know, it turns out that, as Pat tells it, the other 10 NBA team reps also had a Shaq jersey with them too. But when Commissioner David Stern called out that #1 pick, it was Pat Williams who was able to hold up that Magic jersey for the world to see. And everyone in the room, everyone around the basketball world knew how impactful that lottery luck would be for the Orlando Magic. On the court, Shaquille O'Neal, a ferocious force of nature, the likes of which had never been seen. Better than 7 feet tall, sleek, chiseled, careening around the court, throwing caution to the wind like there was no tomorrow. That rookie season, Shaq averaged 23.4 points. Rookie season, 13.9 rebounds, and 3.5 block shots per game. He was an NBA All-Star as a rookie. He was Rookie of the Year, even finished 7th in the MVP voting. In his time in Orlando, he terrorized and dominated opponents, brought down a basket in Phoenix, then later that season absolutely ripped a basket standard down in New Jersey, almost took out a couple of net players in the process. And most importantly, the Magic began winning some games, a lot of games. From 21 wins the year before his arrival to 41 wins his rookie season. In his second year, 50 wins, and the franchise's first playoff appearance. And then, in Shaq's third year in the NBA, the team's 6th year in existence, almost unheard of, it was an Eastern Conference championship and a final showdown against the Houston Rockets. Shaq was all about winning, but he was also a lot of fun. I remember a game in 1995 against Milwaukee. There's a loose ball right in front of me and Jeff Turner sitting courtside. Shaq barreling full speed ahead, trying to get the ball before it goes out of bounds. He dives over the scorer's table and then gathers himself somehow enough to step over 2 occupied chairs behind us, picks himself up as he's climbing back over the table. Jeff Turner says to him, "You're going to get hurt, big fella." Shaq looked over at us, gave us that crooked half smile, and simply pointed to the Superman tattoo on his left shoulder. By the way, back in those days, he referred to me as the other man of steel, which was okay with me. So we're here to celebrate tonight the man who put the Orlando Magic on the map. As I mentioned earlier, we have an exciting program. We're looking forward to hearing from our lineup of speakers. We'll celebrate the legend, Shaquille O'Neal. Now, please turn your attention to the video screens. Well, the city was already excited about having an NBA team, but when Shaq arrived, things were ratcheted up a couple of notches. Everybody knew that he was going to be a game changer. So right away, I think the city, the fans, sports fans in general around Central Florida, they understood that the things were going to get really exciting around here.
Shaq comes along, no more flying commercial, brand new plane all of a sudden. It went from when you landed, you had a van pick you up and you carried your bags. But then when Shaq showed up, brand new plane, 2 buses, a bus for the bags and a bus for the players.
What an enormous impact. Like, it was worldwide impact, not just local, not just national, but worldwide impact, because Shaq was like bigger than life. It was like everyone knew who he was. He was a big guy, but he was a big kid.
Shaq put Orlando on the map for something else other than Disney World. You know, back in the early 90s, mid 90s, you know, when he came there, it gave Orlando more of an identity.
Everybody had signs in their windows, whether it was a restaurant or dry cleaners, or, you know, everybody was a Magic fan because, you know, he was there and he was exciting and he was setting all kinds of precedents.
He came on board, took it to another stratosphere. Ticket sales, jersey sales, just Orlando Magic gear, all that just took off. Mark Jackson say all the time, "Mama, there go that man."
Magic fans, please welcome Orlando Magic CEO Alex Martins.
Thank you, David, and good evening, everyone. Magic fans, tonight we celebrate a legend that is our own, a legend who began his career right here in Orlando. Tonight we celebrate one of the greatest players in NBA history, who firmly put the Orlando Magic on the map in the very early years of our existence. When the Magic won the #1 pick in 1992 draft lottery, we knew he was our pick, Shaquille O'Neal. We all knew him as Shaq, but he went by many names: Shaq Fu, Shaq Diesel, the Big Shaq Rock, the Big Aristotle, the Big Baryshnikov, Shaq Daddy, and of course, our original Superman. After we drafted him in 1992, Shaq immediately began to establish his legend as not just one of the greatest basketball players ever, but as a pop culture icon. It was evident as soon as he stepped off the plane from the draft right here in Orlando. I remember meeting him as he stepped off the plane, and there he was, wearing a pair of Mickey Mouse ears. Shaq the Entertainer had arrived. And from there, the legend on and off the court skyrocketed. The media attention that surrounded Shaq and our franchise immediately brought international acclaim to our city. Everywhere the Magic traveled, it was like traveling with rock stars. Crowds of hundreds at our hotels on the road, regardless of what time in the early hour of the morning that we arrived. Shaq had put the Magic on the map in just the first few years of our existence. Shaq made an immediate impact on the court, increasing our wins from 21 in 92 before he arrived to 41 in the 92-93 season, just missing the playoffs due to a tiebreaker. From there, our team and Shaq's career was off and running. His play on the court led us to the 1995 NBA Finals, one of the fastest appearances by a new franchise in the NBA Finals in NBA history. This was the foundation of a legendary career as he won NBA Rookie of the Year in his first season and went on to lead us to our first franchise playoff appearance in 1994. The first 4 of his 15 NBA All-Star appearances were with us, as well as making his first All-NBA teams 3 times during his time here in Orlando. 4 times he was named NBA Rookie of the Month here, not to mention the numerous NBA Players of the Week and NBA Player of the Month awards that he won right here in Orlando. The foundation of a Hall of Fame career started right here. Today, Shaq still ranks amongst the Magic all-time leaders in several categories, including block shots, rebounds, free throws made, field goals made, and points scored. His 27.2 points per game average is still the 2nd highest in team history. And of course, Shaq didn't just put the Magic on the map with his play, but also with his personality. As soon as Shaq arrived in Orlando, he became a pop icon with his side gigs as a rapper, movie star, late-night show guest, and of course, his practical jokes. Shaq, I will never forgive you for the day that you wrapped me up in medical tape after practice and left me at mid-court just because you didn't want to talk to the media that day. But who could forget the early morning that we arrived in Sacramento on a back-to-back West Coast game, and you disguised yourself in a wig, a long coat, and hat, and completely faked out the hundreds of fans that were at the hotel and slid into the hotel unnoticed, completely unnoticed. Hard to believe it, but if anyone could pull it off, it was Shaq. And of course, who could forget the broken baskets? Every week on the National Game of the Week, every week on NBA Inside Stuff, most Magic games broadcast on international television, you were a global icon, and you brought the world to Orlando. Of course, this city will never forget you leading us into the 1995 NBA Finals. It brought our entire community together. The entire city wore blue and black. Business stopped for weeks in perhaps the greatest week in Orlando history as you carried our community on your shoulders. You brought us many memories in your early career years here, but those early years set the foundation for one of the best careers in NBA history. 4-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, NBA Most Valuable Player, NBA Rookie of the Year, 2-time NBA Scoring Champion, 3-time NBA All-Star MVP, 15-time NBA All-Star, 14-time All-NBA, including 8-time First-Team NBA, 3-time NBA All-Defensive Team. Only 3 players in the history of the NBA have won the NBA MVP, All-Star MVP, and NBA Finals MVP in the same year, and you are one of them. NBA All-Rookie First Team, 12-time NBA Player of the Month, 20-time NBA Player of the Week, 4-time NBA Rookie of the Month, Olympic gold medalist, and NBA Basketball Hall of Famer. All of that accomplished with a start right here in Orlando, Florida. Shaq, you are a significant part of our Orlando Magic history, and tonight we are proud to make another moment in Magic history as you become the first jersey to be retired in franchise history. Yes, you can go home again. Shaq, we're proud to call you our own and proud to honor you as the first player in Magic history to have their number retired in the rafters here at the Kia Center, as well as one of only 3 players in NBA history to have their number retired by 3 different teams. alongside Pete Maravich and Wilt Chamberlain. To celebrate this moment in your Orlando Magic history, please accept this one-of-a-kind custom Orlando Magic jacket designed by Jeff Hamilton. Shaq, congratulations.
Involved in everything that was going on, and he just didn't show up and okay, here's this or that. I mean, he interacted with everybody. He was a part of it. You know, the adults, you know, eyes would light up when they seen him, and the kids just go ballistic.
You can't teach that. That's the kindness of your heart, the love of your heart, that you want to help people or you want to do things for people to see people smile and enjoy life. I think Shaq does all of that and more.
On our way to the airport, we get off that Orange Avenue exit, and there was some homeless people there, and we both reached in our pocket. And I think I may have given a 20. He gives the whole wad. I was like, whoa, slow down, man. It's like, don't give the whole wad. Just give him maybe a 50 or 100. It might have been $2,000 or $3,000. I'm like, dude, then we get to the next exit. When you turn to Sand Lake to go to the airport. See, oh, I can't remember all this stuff. He does it again. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? That's all right, I got more. There was more of that versus Shaq Claus, Shaq's Thanksgiving. That's for the people. That's for the sponsors. Y'all don't know the ones I know that's changed lives. Or something pops up on social media and he buys that family that had 10 or 12 kids. Yeah, that's good. That's for social media, yes. There's 10 more I know that y'all didn't know about. That's bigger than that.
Magic fans, please welcome Orlando Magic Chairman Dan DeVos.
Thank you, David. And thank you all for joining us for this very special evening. On behalf of the entire DeVos family, many who have joined us here this evening, we could not be more excited about this special celebration. Shaq, you represent Magic basketball in so many ways, and we are honored to further cement your legacy here this evening. I know a couple important people who wish they were here tonight. Philip Harrison and my father, Rich DeVos. But I know that they are smiling down on us as we recognize your incredible career. And we're also so glad to welcome your mother, Dr. Lucille O'Neill, and your family to celebrate this occasion with us also. It is also amazing to see all these people, other Orlando basketball legends and members of our Magic family in this building, to show respect and gratitude for the impact that you have had on their lives and the lives of so many others. As an organization, our family and the Magic have always sought to unite players, fans, and this community around something bigger. Shaq, it's safe to say you embody this spirit better than anyone. Your larger-than-life personality, your dominant play and dedication, and your generous contributions, both in the game of basketball and in this great city, will never be forgotten. And you can be sure that you will be forever remembered as tonight we lift your jersey into these rafters. The Magic's mission has long been to be champions on and off the court, and we are proud to honor you as a champion of the Magic and of Central Florida here tonight. It is hard to imagine what basketball would be like today in this city without your impact. You have made all of us dream bigger. You are part of our Magic family, and our story simply cannot be told without you. Our journeys in this league really began at about the same time. You helped to put Orlando on the NBA map, not only on court, but also by always giving back, particularly to the children of Central Florida. I know my dad would often speak about how sports provide a unique opportunity to connect with and impact the local community, and you absolutely seized that opportunity. I believe one of the first questions Dad asked you when you were ready for the pressure of being the face of the franchise. And I think that we are celebrating together is a definite answer to that question. Your success in this game, your dedication to this community are deserving of the highest honor, which is why we are so thrilled to recognize you as the first player to have his jersey retired in Magic history. In recognition of this tremendous achievement and your now retired number, 32, as we all know, the DeVos Family Foundation is proud to present a $53,232.32 check to the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. We trust that your legacy has only just begun. Thanks and congratulations, Shaq.
Shaquille raises the level of attention, but he also raises the level of play so that all of a sudden we became this winning team, a winning basketball team that's competing to be in the playoffs, competing for championships.
Shaq means a lot to the game. I think he was the most dominant, to ever play.
When Penny comes, I say, well, Nick, our lives have changed for the better. Kind of looked at me. I said, I know who I am. I hope you know who you are. We're not Shaq and Penny. So being able to check your ego and say, yes, we're getting ready to get on these coattails right here. And when Shaq tries to shoot a jump shot like Patrick Ewing, I'm cussing his big tail out and telling him, get back in the post. And I'm gonna feed you until you get tired. Yo, I'm tired, man. You're gonna start shooting them threes. Yes, I need you to get double because it's gonna be life easier for me. That's sacrifice.
Play with him, he made my job very easy. Just throwing him the ball, he get double teamed, throw it back out to me, and then that's how I got my points. So, made my life very easy.
The amazing thing about Shaq is how powerful he was, how many times he could get to the rim. Shaq could do that and just go over guys, around guys, through guys. Guys would hang on him like a Christmas tree ornament or something like that. He's a generational talent.
All right, our next group of speakers were all a part of that on-court success we saw during Shaquille O'Neal's tenure with the Magic. First up, please welcome the winningest coach in Orlando Magic history, 2022 Hall of Fame inductee, current Valley Sports Florida analyst, Coach Brian Hill.
I'm going to go in a different direction right now. Before I get into you as a basketball player, I want to let everybody in this building know the impact that you've had on me and my family. My wife, Kay, and I, our children, we're all avid tennis players. Kay and I, getting up in years a little bit, we make sure that we all have a lifetime supply of Icy Hot to take care of us after we get done playing tennis. We have a lot of cars in our family, too, and every one of those cars is insured by the General. And every Friday night when we order those Shakaroni pizzas, you can only drink Pepsi with your Shakaroni pizza. Now, you were pushing Buick for a while, and I went and looked at the Buick, but I was like, that's just not me. So I went out and bought a Kia. I hope you don't mind. Big fella, you came into the league, your combination of size, strength, and athleticism was something that really hadn't been seen in the NBA until you came in. Your agility, your talent, your basketball IQ, you were a game changer from the day that you came into the NBA. Together with your teammates, our ride to the 95 finals was the 95 playoffs, culminating with an appearance in the 95 finals, galvanized this entire city of Orlando at that time, which was not an NBA city, and established the Magic as an elite franchise in the NBA. I thank you for the incredible memories of our 4 years together as coach and player, but especially your commitment to excellence and to winning. I want to congratulate you. You are, without question, the greatest player in Orlando Magic history. Your jersey will hang forever in the rafters in this building as a constant reminder of the greatness that you brought to the Magic franchise and to the entire NBA. You're the best. I love you.
And now, please welcome Penny
Good evening, Orlando. Good evening, Orlando. I'm so happy to be back home. This is home to me, so thank you guys so much for making me feel at home. Right now, I want to thank, first and foremost, the DeVos family. They were so influential in making all of this happen, so thank you guys so much for everything that you did for us and this whole entire crew. Thank you. Big fella, my brother. First off, man, I want to congratulate you. Tonight is definitely deserving, but I want to go even further. Not the only champion you, but the father you are and the son that you are, to seeing your family right there. This is Shaq's family and his beautiful mother. Give it up for them. It's bigger than basketball. It really is. I also want to congratulate you on your career, man. I wanted to win a championship with you so badly, but I did admire everything that you did moving forward. I did. Everything that you did. From when I first saw you when you got here, when I got here, you were just a big that ran the floor exceptionally well, dunked everything and just intimidated everybody, to a jump hook and then a fadeaway. You started working on your game every single year, and I started seeing it, and I knew that you were going to keep going higher and higher every year, because that's how you drove yourself, but you also drove me in the same way. You made me great watching you become great. There's no way I make a first team All-NBA. There's no way I make an All-Star team. There's no way I win a gold medal in '96 with you without you being there to help thrust me and keep driving me to that next level. So I owe my entire career to having you in my life, bro, just to see it. The funny thing is, you know, Shaq was telling a story about Blue Chips and who was this actor. You know, he's so charismatic and funny, but I made sure every day on the movie Blue Chips, because we played regular basketball, we didn't act, that I didn't shoot one ball all summer. I passed him the ball every time. I knew where my bread was buttered, and I wanted to be an Orlando Magic player to play with him in his career because I love Magic Johnson. I know he idolized Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I felt like we could do some serious things together here in Orlando, and we did. It was special being here with him. It sure was. I just hope that you cherish this day with your family, with your former teammates, myself. It was an honor to be here. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I have to leave tomorrow to have a game. I'm the coach at Memphis now, if you guys don't know. I wouldn't have missed it for the world, brother. I love you, man.
Please welcome number 3, 3D.
Man, oh man. Orlando, how you feel tonight? Orlando, how do you feel tonight? So I'm gonna start off, because my mom couldn't be here tonight, so I'm gonna start off thanking Mama Lucille. Please stand up and give Mama Lucille a lot of love, because she raised this big knucklehead. Love you, Mom. My mom told you to tell you love you, baby. The next person I want to thank is Pat Williams, because being in Philadelphia, he flew down to Central Florida and convinced David Stern, may he rest easy, that you guys would love NBA basketball. Pat Williams, thank you. Thank you. I also want to thank a gentleman who believed in myself, who believed in Penny, who believed in Nick and Shaq to get this thing started, John Gabriel. Without John Gabriel believing in us, this franchise doesn't get started and get going the way it's going. So the biggest question I've gotten since we knew this jersey retirement night was coming is, what was Shaq's impact? Well, I think we all know that TV-wise, winning-wise, becoming internationally known is because of him. Thank you for saying that. So the other day, they asked, what's the similarities between Shaq and Paolo? I said, it's simple. They're great people first. They're great people first. Basketball takes care of itself because they love the game and they put in the work. That's why they're great at basketball. Well, we've all been around this game a long time. What makes a Hall of Famer super special is when they're great people. That's why I love this man right here. He's a great person. Someone mentioned Shaq being an entertainer. I would have never thought all those nights in the back of the plane, one album went gold, one album went platinum, one album went wood, right? Now you're DJ Diesel in front of 3,000, 4,000 people a night after basketball. I would have never thought that at the end of the plane, Jeff, that's what he's doing now. David Steele, where are you? You over here? So David Steele and I had a show called The Dennis Scott Show. He was my host. And we're at Shaq's house, being foolish, doing what we do. My phone rings, and my assistant says, where are you? I said, I'm chilling. I'm at Shaq's house. We're supposed to be at a show. It's the show tonight. I'm like, oh, snap. Shaq said, I'll be back. Runs upstairs to his closet, comes downstairs with 2 Rastafarian wigs, and we show up to the show. Hey, man, hey, David, man, we're sorry we're late, man. Shaq tire flew down, hit a flat tire. Am I lying? So I share that story to close up, I never thought that after basketball, we'd be doing a show called Shaquille the Fool. I'm going through the airport, people are saying, yo, you and Shaq are crazy. So if you notice, I haven't talked much about basketball because that's how we connected. We connected as men first. As young, crazy kids at 22 years old, basketball was basketball, but being people and having fun with life, our mothers being best friends, now our kids communicating their friends. To me, that's bigger than basketball. So the last one I'll share, as Nick and I were just conversing about it, Penny, Shaq, I promise you guys, Nick and I would laugh and say, man, these two are about to take us to a whole nother level. So they took us, this whole city of Orlando, to a whole nother level. So as I close, big fella, I love you, and we will always be foolish.
The Orlando Magic selects Shaquille O'Neal from Louisiana State University.
From the day he was drafted, a whirlwind of excitement swept through the city. Fresh out of LSU, we knew the impact would be huge, but it was more like a deluge, a tidal wave of get out the way. Boom, glass shattered, backboards were battered.
Never seen that.
They changed the rules. Y'all know who. Shaq Diesel. That's Fuel. That's Magic. First drafted in 92. Rookie of the Year in 93. By 95, he dominated the East, and we proceeded with banners in the rafters. Made us imagine a future chapter as champions. A franchise forever attached to his legacy. Sweet memory lane. Our actual memories in the lane. I'm just saying, you deserve this. The first NBA phenom to drop both buckets and verses.
Like Dick the Fourth, that was the first pick, meet road is on it. Not a Christian Lake, not a Lonzo on it.
Only athlete to go platinum with a rap album. 'Twas more like a philosophy that anybody believing that obstacles was in the palm of your hand. The first basketball entity to color Old Town's cultural identity. Tell the truth, from rebounds to the booth, post moves to movies and a brand. A force of nature fueled with every slam. We just want to say thank you. Glad you expanded the brand. Reeboks to the big pod and everything in between. 19 seasons to celebrate and the first 4 with this team. It is time to tailor-make these flowers for you in your prime of life. All pride aside, receive your shine from the city beautiful, big fella. That size 22 still leaves a footprint in these avenues. A tsunami of a center. 32 degrees freezing the coldest big man in your era. 4 rings later and legendary Hall of Famer. In 407, you'll forever have favor. Larger than life and life full of flavor. Your humor and giving nature is a model for youth to follow. And partly defined what it means to be a man of steel. We retired this jersey number from the rafters in celebration of a basketball icon with infectious laughter. Orlando's original Superman, Shaquille O'Neal.
Legend, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal.
I want to say thank you so much. I have many wonderful magic memories. There's no other place I would have wanted to start my career. Orlando will forever have a special place in my heart. It's Kazam, get it right. It's a real honor to be the first Orlando Magic player to get his jersey retired. Although I would have expected to be number 2. Nick Anderson, come up here. I always thought if they were going to do retired jerseys, you should be the first. You were the first superstar here in Orlando. And I appreciate you, for sacrificing for me. You could have took the shot every time, but you threw it in. So, again, I definitely want to come back here when your jersey gets retired. So thank you very much. Stay up here. Penny Hardaway, get up here. Penny, you told a lie in your speech. You said that you wouldn't have been you if it wasn't for me. I could say the same thing, brother. I owe you everything. I didn't know who you was, and then we started shooting blue chips, and it was in my contract. My agent, Lynn Armato, we put in our contract that we play ball every day, and I went to him, I said, who is this damn actor throwing me the ball every time? Is he in the NBA? And he said, yes, Penny Hardaway. And I can remember Dennis saying, hey man, you gotta go upstairs and, tell him you want Penny Hardaway. So I called John, and I said, John, you know about this guy, Penny Hardaway? He said, well, we can't get him. I said, well, John, you need to get him. So they picked Chris Webber, and I was eating some Papa John's and eating Pepsi, and I tore my damn house up. I was like, damn it, John. And then John and Alex called me and said, watch this. And then they said, David Stern said they made a trade, and when Penny came here, I know we was gonna do some special things. So I appreciate you very much, and I wouldn't be here without you. So stay up here, because even though you guys are celebrating me, this is definitely our night, and I want you guys to celebrate this night with me. Tracy McGrady is another player who could have his jersey retired. Dennis Scott, get up here. We could tell when Dennis was speaking, we could tell he was a little drunk, but that's okay. Special night tonight. Dennis was the guy that taught me how to be a professional. When I first got here, I didn't know anything about anything. Me and my greedy family, we stayed at the airport Hilton. Our bill was $960,000. And then Dennis came and said, hey man, you gotta get a house. I was like, I don't know how to get a house. I thought the Magic was gonna do that for me. So he introduced me to a realtor. I got my mom and dad a house in Lake Mary. I got myself a house in Isleworth, and he just taught me how to be professional. So again, guys are celebrating me, but I wouldn't be here without you guys, especially you guys. So again, Grant Hill's another guy who can have his jersey retired. So, they had the ring of ceremony, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and I actually thought I was getting my jersey retired that night. And then I went upstairs, and we did a little thing in a press conference, like, when am I getting my jersey retired? I was like, no, they don't do that here. I was like, damn. But I admit 32 looks good up there. Thank you. If I had 2 wishes today, my first wish would be that my father, Sergeant Philip Harrison, was here tonight. Without him, my success, thank you. Without my father, my success and accomplishments in basketball would not have been realized. He believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. He gave me guidance, he gave me encouragement, he gave me discipline, he gave me ass whoopings. So this honor is for him too. And my second wish, I wish the legendary Rich DeVos was also in attendance. He saw potential in a young kid from LSU. He took a chance on me, and for that I am forever grateful to him. Your legacy endures, sir, and your impact on my life will never be forgotten. Also, I want to thank Dan DeVos. Alex Martins for his recognition. Special shout out to my mama, Lucille. For her unwavering support and unconditional love, and her ass whoopings also. Love you, mommy. Also want to thank my 7 children who never stop inspiring me to be a better father and a better man. Also want to thank my brother Jamal and my sister Latifah, and hopefully my other sister Aisha is in heaven watching this ceremony alongside my father and Mr. DeVos. I want to thank the whole Orlando Magic organization, former teammates here. Guys, come on up here with me. Everybody, come on up. Greg, Joe Wolf, Todd, you used to foul the shit out of me in practice. You come on up here too. Donald Royal. Terrell Green, Joe Wolf, Keith Tower, Tree Rollins, John Concack, Greg Kite, all the former teammates that I play with. Coaches, Coach Hill, come on up here. Doesn't Coach Hill look like Bob Barker? Coach, I'm not into elderly men, but goddamn, you look beautiful, sir. And thanks to John Gabriel, Pat Williams, and I want to thank the fans. I know you guys could have been anywhere. You stayed for me. Appreciate you staying. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to wear the blue and white. Orlando will forever hold a special place in my heart. I'll always be proud to be part of this Magic franchise. Thank you all, and I appreciate you very much. And thank you guys. Without you guys, there would be no me. Greg, Latero, all you guys, I want you to stand up here with me because it's never about me, it's about us, and I couldn't be me without you guys, especially JTMF Money. And the MF stands for exactly what you think it stands for, JTMF Money. So I want to appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out. And to the DeVos family, whenever you want me to quit TNT and come back home, you give me a call. I'll be here in an instant. Love you guys. Thank you for coming out. Drive safe.
Magic fans, one more time for number 32, Shaquille.